So I am here to explain why you received this letter today. Why are you getting letters from attorneys? Why are you getting letters from anyone that has to do with a case? Well, they found your information in public records on CaseNet. So you're going to get a lot of advertisement. So be prepared. My name is Bianca. I run a company called Monitored Life. At Monitored Life, we handle several options for you for the judicial process needs that you may have for the criminal case that was just opened. At the beginning of the case, most people don't understand. It's not about you proving if you're innocent or guilty. It's about you getting the warrant lifted, taken care of, so you don't lose your job, or especially if it's cash only, so you don't get arrested at an inopportune moment. So the quicker you take care of your situation, the faster you actually can get back to normal life and then start the process of actually defending yourself against the charges. So let's start off with the letter. Generic letter without any information, which looks kind of like what you got, except for you got color on yours, and this one is in black and white. So on your letter, you received a document that says case. That's your case number, your bond amount, and then what you need from me, or what I can do for you, basically. So let's start with case. Case number is always important, because it tells you the year the case was filed. The next two letters tell you what county it is in. So if it's SL, which is probably most of the letters that are going out currently, and currently means December of 2023. We are in other counties, but December of 2023, here you go. This here allows you to know what county it is. So SL means St. Louis County. If it says the year 21 with 11 behind it, that's St. Charles County. So there you go. So you know what it is. The bond amount. That is very important to you. The bond amount tells you if what you need to get out. So I put everything in there. So if it says $25,000, no 10%, and cash only, to you that means I cannot use a bail bondsman because it says cash only. I do not get 10% of the $25,000, which means I need a full $25,000 to bond out of jail in cash. Cannot use property. It's in cash. Only person that can decide if you can use property is the judge. So normally, if you want to use property, you need an attorney. Just FYI, because it will say cash only or property. It'll tell you that. So you can't use property unless the judge has approved it. And normally, in our area, in the metropolitan area, they do not assign it where you can use property up front. You would have to ask the judge and he'll approve it. He may approve it. It depends on him. Since I don't do property bonds, I'm not going to go into property because I'm not actually 100% sure on how they look at the property, especially if it has a loan on it. So we're going to bypass that part. If you have any questions on that, I would actually consult an attorney. Next one is needs. See it right there? Need. What do you need me for? Why am I sending you this letter? So need. It'll either say GPS, bonding, chemical, which is for DUIs. If you need chemical, normally you have a DUI, it'll say chemical and bonding, or it'll just say chemical bracelet. If it says one of those and it does not have bonding, so let's just say it says GPS and EDH, but you have a bond amount listed too, that means I cannot offer you bond because it probably says cash only. And remember, I just stated, if it says cash only, there is no bail bondsman that can actually help you at that point. You need to call an attorney. And on your letter, I have listed an attorney's cell phone number. His name is Alex. He's with the attorney firm Niehoff down at 818 Lafayette. You do not have to use Alex, but he's given a good track record, as well as Tom Peterson there and Mr. Niehoff, who owns one of the owners of the firm. So their firm is actually great, but there's not enough space on the letter for me to give you everybody's cell phone number. But let's say you don't want to use Alex. You can call me or text the 636 number, and I will send you the other 3 attorneys besides Alex cell phone number to contact them. Or you can just look them up and contact them in the office, the cell phone. It'll be quicker if you do it that way. That way you can hit their option and it'll go to their cell phone. and then you got straight to them, just tell them you got their information from a letter from Bianca. I would appreciate you telling them that you were referred by me. Other than that, on this letter, it actually just tells you about me. So I've been a bail bondsman now for about 10 years in the state of Missouri. If you live in Illinois, I can only bond in Missouri. So you're getting this letter because you have a case in a court that I actually either can do GPS for. I apologize, got the hiccups. I can do GPS for, or I can do bonding in, or I can do chemical monitoring or electronic home monitoring. That's what the EHD stands for, electronic home monitoring. So let's go into the details about the difference. So the details about the difference is that with GPS monitoring, it monitors your location. Normally, if you have that option, it's not limiting you of where you can go, other than you can't leave the state of Missouri without approval from the judge or the court clerks. But you can move around Missouri as long as you don't leave Missouri. And it'll be based on who you pick for GPS. Like, some people don't want you to leave too far out of our metropolitan area without telling them. But we can see where you're going. You're on GPS. Most people know what that means. Second one is chemical. The chemical with GPS, it monitors alcohol usage and where you're going. That's it. I have my alcohol app is done through app. So you download an app to your phone, you use a breathalyzer, and just like you see me on this screen, there is a screen on you're using your phone. So you put your phone in front of your face, and your whole face and the breathalyzer has to be in the screen. There's more details on that at the end. Like if you need that, I created a video for that, and you'll get that video if that's what you need to get started. The last option is electronic home monitoring. So electronic home monitoring comes with GPS service, or it can come by itself, but they're the same price. So the electronic home monitor can either be a beacon put in your home. I normally don't force beacons on people unless they are habitual with leaving without notifying me that they're leaving, because normally with those, the judge has limited where you can go. So the judge has said you can go to work, home, school, attorney visits, and court. That's generally what EHD is, electronic home monitoring. It just means during a certain period of time, you can't go anywhere. Sometimes it'll say from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you could be out and about and go wherever you want. Sometimes it'll say you can only go to the places I just listed. So it'll all be based on the judge and the judge's order. Our company responsibility is to make sure you follow that judge's order. I am not the judge, the law, or someone who is going to come to your home and just pick you up and say, you didn't follow, so you got to go back. All I do is report. That's it. That's all. But we do have something great for you. Our electronic monitoring for GPS and home monitoring is done by watch. So, and I don't have a watch currently, but if you would like to see the watches, 9 times out of 10, you either received a letter or you received a postcard. So if that's what you received, it should show a picture of it. But there are watches that go on your wrist. So I call them the new arm candy. I will be putting a video out on those too. So you can look at my YouTube for those. And when you go to YouTube, just go ahead and review all of the ones that go for that. There are other things that will be out there too that I actually offer. But this is just for you to understand your letter and understand your rights. Please, 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 if you getting this letter and there has not been an arrest made in your case, start working on it now. Don't be on your way to work and get locked up and then it's like, oh, I'm in crunch time. It's the reason why the day that your actual warrant is issued, I send you a letter. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably will get my letter because it's going out first class and not bulk within 24 hours of it being issued, no more than 48 hours. So by all means, make sure that you take care of your warrant on your time, not on theirs. Because when you're working on their time, you're not important at that point. Sitting in the jail, and we don't want that. Because normally what happens, if you get locked up on their time, you were on your way to work, you were taking your kids somewhere, and you've got pulled over and didn't know there was a warrant, or you knew there was a court issue, but you didn't know that they actually issued a warrant because it could have been 365 days ago, and they decided, oh, we don't want to lose the fact of being able to prosecute you. So we're going to go ahead and issue this warrant. We may not have enough information to actually hold a case, but we're going to issue the warrant. Remember, if something happens, say it happened in August of last year, and you just never heard anything, keep checking CaseNet. They have 365 days from the date that you were either ticketed, especially if it was a DUI, or that a police report was written with your name in it as the defendant or as the person who committed a crime against the Missouri state statute to issue a warrant for your arrest. So just because you didn't hear anything, it happened in August and January came, you didn't hear anything, before that 365 days, the court has the right to issue it so they can get more time to actually build their case. Generally, it doesn't take that long, but I've seen it where someone did something late last year and they're just issuing a warrant this year. So just a tidbit of information to help you out with making your decision. I would love to have your business at Monitored Life. Monitored Life is located at 6907 Page Avenue. Again, we're open from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Fridays. The second thing is, if you get out after the time, generally they give you 24 hours. So let's say your family comes in, they pay the $300. That's the minimum fee for GPS, $300. And that includes your installation fee and 2 weeks of service. If they pay that and they come in and they say, hey, he needs it now, and it's 6 o'clock and we're closed, you got 24 hours. So just come in when we open in the morning. I can't wait to see you. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any further questions, by all means, 636-800-2. That number actually is a voice number as well as text. I do not do business through text, but just in case, if you need me, text me, and when the business opens, I will call you back. Have a great day, and thank you for listening. Again, I am Bianca. I am the owner of Monitored Life.